hear me? Let's start. Well, my name is Julian Costa. I'm from Nfield Software. I'm at the Buenos Aires office help desk. So I will be muting all the lines to reduce some noise that we have. So if you have any comments or questions, please let me know in the chat so I can attend. So I can attend when it's possible. So today we are here to see our new product that is the Nfield Composer, and it's Academy number 13. And what is the Nfield Composer? Okay, let's go to our agenda. Nfield Composer is a new way to create scripts. You know, the scripting, probably most of you are familiar, and the ones who are not familiar with scripting or creating scripts, today we will see a new way to do it, an easier way to do it, and a way to do it that is for everyone. And you will see that you don't have to be a programmer, or you don't need special abilities. That's why Nfield Composer is the best way to go to create scripts for everybody. We will see how Nfield Composer works, how to use it, and then a demo. And then a demo to see the composer work. Okay. Let's see. Please remember, if you have any questions, type it in the type it in the chat so I can answer it when possible. Well, here is what I was just talking about. You can see here is a screenshot of the Odin developer. The Odin developer is our application to create scripts. This is the now will be the old way to do it. It's just working directly with text. As you can see, well, you need to install the Odin developer in your machine, and everything is local, and you have to create a file and then upload the file to the to the Nfield with the Nfield manager. Upload the file to the project, and then apply the changes in it and test or start the fieldwork there. So now the new way will be much easier. There's no local installation. Everything will be done in the Nfield manager. Everything is based on the Nfield Chicago template, and of course, like I said before, you don't need specific scripting skills. Just you need to know your questionnaire, and with that, with a simple word or text file that you can follow your questions to create the script, that is enough. Okay, how Nfield Composer works. Here are basic steps. First, of course, you need to log into the Nfield Manager. You create the survey. When you go to the details, when you create the survey, the first screen you will get is the project details, and when you use where you used to upload the questionnaire, the script, you will see you still have that option. Of course, you can work with the developer. Of course, you will have the upload button there, but next to that you will have a button that says Composer. Just click the button and will load the Nfield Composer. You create the questions there, and you apply the final or the finished questionnaire to the project. And then of course the Composer gets closed, and you go back to the Nfield Manager to continue your work there. So it's very simple. Nothing needs to be installed. Everything is online. The previous version, let's say, because you can rework, of course, your script. So your previous version will be always up to date because it's the latest you create or modify there. So you don't need to share the files. Okay, let me continue the scripting, so give me your file. No, where it is, it's in the network. No, it's my machine, or the person that was working on that script that day is not at the office. So, okay, I'm getting a message. There's no voice. I will unmute just in case. Hello, can you hear me now? Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, great. Just to check, because I got a message that my voice was not there. Okay, I will mute the line again. So the only thing to remember is that, well, you can see a remark at the bottom of the screen here. Nfield Composer do not parse a script that is created or modified by the Odin developer. What does it mean? It means that if you are working with the Odin developer, you need to continue working there. Okay. Let me just give me a second. Okay. Can you still see my screen? Because I have an issue here with the WebEx.
Cannot see the screen.
Okay. Just give me a second. Give me a second, I will solve this right away. Sorry about this. I don't know what happened, but suddenly it stopped working here. Okay. Can you see the screen now?
I can see.
Okay. Everybody, just I'm sorry about that. I don't know what happened, but suddenly my share stopped working here. But let's continue. Well, remember that if you are going to work with the Odin developer, you have to stay with the Odin developer. That's the only thing to take into account, because the Nfield Composer cannot take the script already created with the developer. So that is the only thing. Well, as you can see here, this is a part of the questions, so you will have available in the Composer. Is to start working, you just select a question type. You will see there's an icon for every type of question. So, okay, open question, grid, numeric, text. Every question and every possibility is included in the Composer. So you will see that capture image, audio, date, and then the container is a block. It can be just a block to group questions, or a repeat block that you can, of course, make a repeat like you used to do in your scripts with the developer. So here, of course, there are some stuff that is mandatory and not mandatory. That means okay. For example, question number. For every type of questions, you will need a question number, and then some things are not mandatory, or you can work without them. For example, question text. Of course, you can work without the question text, but probably no. There's no. If you have no question, you will have nothing to ask. So it's not mandatory, but you should have that. So instruction text, answers. Of course, you need to create answers, and that will depend on the question type. Of course, you don't have to remember this by heart, because the system will help you. When you are missing something. We will see that you will receive a message, or you will not be able to save or to continue your work, because something that is really needed for that type of question is not there. So, but this is for you to have an idea that every question is covered, and you have all the possibilities shown here. Here, more, for example, you can define, of course, minimum, maximum, orders, number of columns, quality for the pictures, format for the date. Every option that you used to define in the developer, here you can also do it in a simpler way. This is how you will see the questionnaire is a small part of the screen, but it's to show you that once you create a question, for example, here Q3 was created, and if you click in the question, you will have several stuff to do. For example, delete the question, change the type. If it's a number, you can move it to codes or text. Edit the question, just edit the text, copy. If you need to do a similar question, you can copy to create a new one with everything this question has, and then have the question repeat exactly, or then modify a bit so you have two questions, or the second question with only little work. And of course you have the advanced properties that will include routing and filtering that you can define there. So as you can see, it's very simple, it's very graphical, and you'll see here is you have the possibility to drag and drop. That means you can create the question and then just click, drag and drop. If you need to change the order, you can do it with one question, or you can do it with an entire block. You just click. If you want to, for any reason, you created a question or a block in a part of a questionnaire, but you need to move it up or you move it down, just click and click to drag and drop, and that's it. It's really really simple to do. Okay, demo. You will see here in your screen, you will see an animated GIF that are part of the demo, but then we will go to the actual tool, because I want to show you other stuff than you will see now. When you are in the Nfield Manager, remember that I told you that you will have the upload and download buttons like you did before, but now there's this button, the Composer. Okay, this is the part of the screen of the Nfield Manager. You will see there's a blank here next to script, because there's no script created. If not, you will have there your latest version, and you need to click here the Compose button to load the Composer, to start the Composer. Okay. Once you click there, this will be your screen, and you will see here that is the plus sign. Click in there, you will start creating your question. You'll see the arrows, start survey, end survey. That inside those two arrows, you will be creating every question. Okay. As you see, it's really, really simple. Just click there, add new. Every type of question will be shown. You need to select from there. Okay, you will see everything is there. Quite simple, and you click the one you want to create. Well, you can enter the number. If you do not enter the number, it will be there a default number that is the next question available. Then you can specify. Title. This is a title that you will see is like the name of the question. Of course, it's not the text that you will show. This is a question text. And if you need to give any instruction, you can type it also. If not, if there's no need, you leave it blank. Okay. Here you will define the codes. So you click there, and you just add the name. Okay, you can add directly the text and the numbers will be created for you. So, and then you can see next to the codes you can fix them, make it open, or depending on the question. And of course the options normal, random, rotate, invert, everything is just a click and select there. Okay. Number of columns, you just click save and your question is ready to go. Okay, it's really simple. Here you will see how you can just click and move a question or a complete block. It's really simple. Just click and drag and drop it when you need to drop. So that way you can change the order of your question. Very simple. You don't need to renumber or do anything. Just drag and drop and leave it where you want to leave it. Okay. Well, here is how you create your routing filtering. Remember that there's the edit advanced edit there button. So you get to the advanced options and you can define your filter here, the value needed, okay, for each code, where to go. You save it and that's it. It's already there. Okay, it's really simple. Then finally you have to apply and test. This one is a bit fast, but there's two ways to do it. You have the arrow in the top. This will go back just in a minute. So you have the arrow here in the top, or go to survey details with that button. You go back. You will need to apply to upload the questionnaire here, and if you need to test, of course, or to start fieldwork, you need to publish for testing or publish for fieldwork, and that's it. You are already testing. This is really simple. Let me share my okay, this is Nfield Manager this is a beta environment that we use for testing and for demo, so expect to be a little slower than normal, but the way it works is exactly the same, as you will see. Well, let me okay. Here is a project. The project is already created. I was testing it and preparing for this session, just for you to see. But you can see this is the normal screen you see every day, but now you will have a couple more buttons here. So just click the composer and we will start. It's a bit slow because it's a beta testing system, and the resources assigned to this system are very little, so this is not how it will work for you. I'm sorry for the delays, but it's the way I have now for showing to you. Sometimes it's faster than others. So okay, you click the compose, and you will get the composer here, and the script you were working already loaded, so you can continue editing, modifying, or whatever you need to do with your script. Okay. If you need to review a question, you just click on the question. For example, this is the introduction text. You will see that. Okay. Now you are allowed to modify or do whatever you need with your question. If you change something, you save. If not, you can cancel to go back. Okay. And if you need to create a question, for example, inside this block, just click wherever you need to create a question, and you will have, of course, every possibility for that question, but also add new. If you don't need it here, you click and you just click whatever you need. You click the plus sign, and then here you will have every option that you just need to select. You don't need to remember how to create it. You don't need to remember every word needed to create a script. You just need, okay, I need a single line text, open answer. You click it there, and you have it ready. Of course, as I said before, the system will give you the next number available. If you want to use your own numbers, you just click, select, or type your own question text. This question text here. If you want to add a title, that will be like a label for the question. You can do it. Instruction text, anything you need in here. Of course, if you need to use default answers, if you want to limit number of characters or a placeholder text, you can type it here. Okay. Show character counts. Every options. The important thing is every options you will have on every question will be on your screen. There's nothing you need to have it in your memory. So this composer was thought for not only for people that are already working on scripting and doing it easier, but we thought about the rest of the people that are not specialized in scripting. If your company doesn't have any programmers or any person that is dedicated to scripting, you can do it. It's for everybody. That's it. So it's really easy to do it. Just click save, and remember that I told you that if an option that is mandatory is missing, okay, you will not be able to continue because I click save and I'm not able to continue to save the question, and you will be asked for what is missing. So you don't need to remember what is mandatory and what is not. Just let's say 20, and now you can continue. And here is the question that we created. You can see is Q70. Okay. You can see here, for example, that I left the label, the name of the question, the blank, and here is not. We can edit here and see. Okay, the title here is some. That is why you are seeing this here. Okay. So here we have a bit of small script with a bit of everything, and let's say let's cancel this because we don't want to modify. And then finally, if we need to move, let's see. Here, sorry. I need to move it inside the block or move it here. Okay. Just click there, drag and drop, and it's really easy. Or if you need to delete a question, you just click there, change type. Everything is labeled, so you don't need to remember everything is in the screen. Okay. Script is finished now, and we want to test it. One more thing that I want to show you here. You can manage your lists. If you have codes, one list used several times, you can create it here, and then you will be able to use it in your scripting. Here is a very simple list that I created. If you want to create new, just click there. You give it a title if you need a description, and then just create the codes. You type the text, enter, next, and create next, enter, and that's it. It's really simple. And of course you can renumber if needed, make it fixed so it won't change, for example, in a random question, or if open, or if it is exclusive. If you select that one, it's the only one you will be selecting in a multi-type question. So let's go back. Now our script is ready, so you can go back to the Nfield Manager by clicking here, or by clicking here. It's the same. Just click. Okay. Always remember that you will need to apply the changes, because we changed the script in the composer. Now we are back in the manager, and if you want to just like you did before uploading the questionnaire, you need to apply it's applying now. Okay. I got a question. After composing this questionnaire and make it live for fieldwork, can we edit it back? Of course. Once you, like we did just a moment ago, we edit the script, and then we applied, so the new version is there. You will see the green message, and you publish for testing, for example, or you publish for fieldwork. Now we can test it. Okay, we test here. Okay, this is how it should work. Okay, yes, and we realize that okay, this is some questions, answer codes. Here is the date. Everything that we sent in the script. This is the latest question we created. So some text, no text, and this is relocation. This is just a simple image. You can put here what you need. Okay, now we tested it, and of course, probably we publish here for fieldwork. I'm not going to do it because I don't need it now. But if you publish for fieldwork, then you can, of course, go back to the composer, edit, change it, and apply new stuff to the script and to the questionnaire. The only thing you need to remember that if you did some part of the fieldwork with the one version, and then you edit and you create a new version, let's say, because you add, for example, one question, you need to remember that you will have the data file will be different from one part to another. For example, if you did 20, if you have 20 cases, 20 person to interview, and you did 10, and then you edit your questionnaire, add a question, well, that question will only be available for the latest 10 interviews, and your data file will be a bit different there. But regarding the composer, that is, for example, let's publish. Okay, now this is published, and this is ready to start the fieldwork. For example, here the message is normal, is what you always get. Let's start the fieldwork. Okay. Okay. This is because the fieldwork is already working. You need to stop the fieldwork and to work to work with the script. But this is like did before, because you cannot change it when the system is working. Another question: if after publish and start fieldwork, can we edit the questionnaire? Will there overlap data? Well, that's what I was saying. If you change the questionnaire in the middle of the fieldwork, but this is not only for the composer. This is the way that always works for all our systems. If you change the script in the middle of your work, then the data file will be different from that point in time until the end of the fieldwork, or the next time you modify your script. So because of course you will if you change the length of the data, or if you add questions, or if you change the filtering, the data file will be different from that point. So it will not affect the previous question, because the previous data was already collected, but you will have difference in your data from that point on. Hope this answers your question. Okay. Let me go back. Please let me know if you have any questions. As you can see, this is really simple. A simple way to do it. A simple way to create scripts. If for everybody, not only for programmers or with people with specific knowledge. This is aimed for everybody to do it. So if you are directly a salesperson that in contact with your customer, and your customer sends you a word with a questionnaire how they want to do it, you can see here with just a couple of clicks you can turn that word into a script really easy. So if you're interested to start working with the composer, it will be available. It will be launched on March the 1st, and this from now on it will be on request. So if you want to have it in your domain, please send us an email to the help desk, and we can add it to your domain. Later on, it will be available for everybody without the request. So, but if you're interested to start using right away, March 1st, when it first will be available, please let us know. A couple of questions here. Let me read. Can I download the script as a Q file and modify it in my developer? Yes, you can do that. But remember that once you work with a developer, you need to keep working with the developer. Okay? You will see. Let me share. Okay, this is the script. If you can see my screen, this is the script that we created. I downloaded first, just to show you, because I imagine this would be a question. This is the script and how the composer created it. Just a label there to understand what is it about, and all the questions. You can see it's exactly the same kind of scripting that you can do with your developer. The thing is, because how the system works and the file structure, you can download it and you can work on it and then upload it to the manager. But then once you use it, you use the developer on it, you have to continue with the developer. So that, I think, answers that. One more question. After composing, will there be any Q file created when we download the script? Yes. I think this is the same. You create a script with the composer. You create a script like you used to do with the developer. Of course, in a different way, but the final product is near the same stuff. Okay. Same question. Export the Q file. Yes, as we saw, it's possible. Okay. So remember, available March 1st on request, and then later. I don't have a date yet, but later will be available for everybody. So, sorry, I will now unmute you just in case if you want to ask something directly instead of the chat. I'm open for questions. As you saw, it's really simple, really basic. Manual for this composer is being created, so expect also a manual later on. But I think everything is on the screen and easy to work with. So you can start working right away. So, okay. Any other question? Anything you want to ask? Okay. I will meet you again. Sorry. Okay, then we can end this session here. I hope you like it. This is for us is a big step, because now we aim scripting for everybody. So it's something that I personally really like, and I found it really easy to work with, and I hope it is the same for you. So, and you start working right away with it. Remember to send us an email to the help desk, so we can add this to your domains on March the 1st, so you can start using it. Thank again everybody to attend this session. I hope you found it interesting, and of course I hope you connect for the next one, and we can continue doing these academies in the future. Thanks everybody, and see you again in the next one.
Thank you.
Bye bye. Thank you.
Bye.